Welcome back to, I'm going to continue the conversation I was at last point. Anyway, we're back in Norfair, because now that we have all the power-ups necessary, we can traverse through Norfair, or the parts of Norfair we couldn't before.
Norfair.
To reach where the baby Metroid is being held, actually.
Sounds really British.
So, alright, so... what I was getting into, the 7th generation of video games, I have a very, I'm not very passionate towards the whole thing, and it's for a few reasons. Firstly, as someone who prefers Japanese games, the way the PS3 fucking bombed in Japan just really hurt that part of it, you know? You have, so, when Sony, made their comeback with the, halfway through the PS3's lifespan, it was mostly focused towards Western games. There were still plenty of Japanese games on there, but it was lesser so, because a lot of my favorite devs were trying to cater to the Western audience since, they were losing the Japanese audience.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if they wanted a game to sell over there, they had to release it on the Wii, which may or may not have been hindered by motion controls, or the Nintendo DS, which I was not allowed to own. Needless to say, personally speaking, I think the DS was the best system in that generation, and I just missed out on the whole fucking thing.
The DS compared to the 360, PS3, and Wii?
Yes.
I would vehemently disagree.
Really?
Vehemently? Wow.
Yes, I think the
Not
360 is amazing as a console. I think it's, despite Microsoft's bullshit... But guess what? It doesn't affect us because we have the spaghetti suit.
Yeah, but we still can't be an acid though. Acid's
man, look at that! Look at that!
Spaghetti suit.
That door. You know, looks like a guy.
It looks like the Riddler.
Yeah, it does. He's like, riddle me this, Buttman.
Buttman.
Who, if quizzes are quizzical, what are tests?
Testicle.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before. That's funny.
It's actually from a shit post I heard a while back. And Batman's like, testicle. Oh, god damn.
All right. Anyway, this is the final area of Norfair, and oh boy, this music is exciting.
It's really letting you know, hey man, this is some real bullshit.
Anyway, I am not gonna knock the Xbox 360. Okay, I'm gonna half knock the 360 because that thing just in the second half of its lifespan just kind of fell to shit. And even as someone who does not care for the games that are on there, even I know that things went south around that point.
Yes. Once the Kinect happened, yeah. 100%.
Because the thing is, that's around the time that Microsoft, or specifically Xbox, shifted, went under new management. I think the guy worked at EA before that, and it became more about multimedia and watching TV.
Yes. When the 360 became a platform for anything but games, it was, yes.
Ironically, this is when the PS3 started making its comeback.
Yes.
And is probably the reason why the PS3 actually managed to outsell the 360 in the long run.
Why does that ice pillar look like a giant dildo?
Because I froze it. Alright, important to space jump over this because that's a pitfall right there.
No, not burn, Gabe. Freeze.
I said burr. Well, I mean, it's like so cold it burns. Know what I mean?
Woo!
Oh, a freezer burn.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, shit, another one. So this Torizo statue is far tougher than the one we fought at the beginning of the game. First off, he can
missiles at you.
No, those are my super missiles that I'm shooting at. He is catching them and dropping them on me.
Well, then why do you keep shooting them at him?
So, because it's still the most effective way to damage him. Now, secondly, regular missiles, he actually just uses the Z-axis to sidestep out of the way of them.
What?
The only way to get a guaranteed hit on him is to use the charge shot.
It's not fair that he gets a Z-axis, but you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So, but around this point, you have the plasma beam, so the charge shot's actually really, really good. It's probably the best thing you have. Anyway, we got him now.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, the thing, so... I think it's worth noting, I don't think like the 7th generation was bad per se. I'm just saying like it like as far as like the kind of games that I like to play, like it had the least of them.
Okay.
Because like all of it was on the DS.
Yeah.
Which I couldn't play.
Yes. Okay, that's right.
Like, you know, the Wii, the PS3, they had some good stuff on there. To a lesser extent, the 360, because anything I want to play that's on Xbox is on other consoles, and that's always how it's been. Except for the original Xbox, because goddamn Sega with your... Oh, right, by the way, we got the Screw Attack. Goddamn Sega with their, we're gonna side with the Xbox to get back at Sony and Nintendo, and then the Xbox doesn't sell in Japan and they just abandon it entirely. So anyway, yeah, I cannot call the 360 like the best console that gen because it does Western games well and only Western games, and I'm not a fan of Western games.
Evan doesn't like games about cowboys.
That is correct. I didn't enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2. I didn't. See, the joke is I didn't play it because I had no intention of playing it to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. You don't want to see your horse's poop in real time?
Why would I want to see my horse poop when I could see it die in Breath of the Wild?
Oh, you can see it die in either game.
Yeah, but can it be killed by Ganon's fucking laser mouth? You saw that Conjun video, right?
Yeah, I saw you showed me the fan Conjun house one.
Where, like, based on that one stream he did.
Yeah. Because he's like, I was going to make a Conjun house episode out of it, but now that I've talked about it, he's like, I don't want to. But yeah, while dying in between breaths.
Yeah.
Of unabashed laughter. I wish we could use those platforms in the ZX to make it much easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I have the space jump, it's just that it's finicky. By the way, the screw attack is the only way you can damage these guys.
Wow. So they're super space pirates.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is? They're not even the strongest ones of the regular space pirates. Or I guess the highest defensed ones. Oh, that's lava rise, or it's actually acid because we can't even be in it without getting hurt, so...
Oh.
You can tell the difference between lava and acid because the lava is like a brighter color and also way bubblier.
Yeah.
Look like you're getting hurt a little bit there, guy.
Yeah, it's almost as if I'm in acid, which is not safe for anyone!
No, corrosive.
That moment when cows have 4 stomachs. Let's go.
Have what?
4 stomachs.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah.
Yep. They gotta run that through a lot.
It's hard to digest grass.
It is. So I need 4 stomachs.
Imagine
the appendix
being
was.
grass.
Carrie, I mean, I think you know this. Like the appendix was like, hey, look, that also looks like some guy.
Yeah.
The appendix was like what used to like help digest small stones, right?
I don't know, but
there's
I
a
think
hand
it was
too.
one of the theories, at least in humans, or hypotheses, I guess, at least in humans, is that it it contains a lot of intestinal bacteria. So if you have frequent intestinal diseases that cause, for example, diarrhea, you'll need to quickly repopulate your large intestine with bacteria, or else you have gut dysbiosis, and so it helps to.
So what you're
do
saying?
that. But then because we don't frequently get those types of illnesses, that as Gabe knows all too well, it can just become a liability.
Hang on a second.
Ouch.
Okay. So let me get this straight, okay? All right. So if I eat a bunch of grass and live like a bunch of grass, will evolution allow me to grow a second stomach? Natural selection, baby.
Works on a lifespan
Evolution, maybe for one of your kids, but
I think it's like generational, dude.
No, you're right. Carrie, because I'm not using my left arm, my right arm is growing so strong, I'm gonna develop a second right arm. I'm 22 now. Expect it to happen at least at 50.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be like Ben 10 forearms, but 3 arms. I'll like slap a watch on my wrist and be like 3 arms.
Oh my gosh.
Gwen, you gotta treat a car like you treat a woman. Go on.
Do you want to go on?
No.
No.
I sense I've made a mistake of some kind.
Even though he, the voice actor was, it's Beast Boy's voice actor. I think his role is like Kevin, like, I don't know, like, as much, like, as many jokes as Beast Boy said that absolutely fucking had me rolling as a kid, like, there were like some lines like that where like, or there's another episode I remember where like, because Kevin's powers like touch metal and like get that attribute.
Yeah.
And so like there's like no metal around. He reaches into his pocket for some coins and he's like, "Oh man, pennies." And he like takes on the elements of copper, but like the way he like delivered that line, it's just like just pure disgust that he didn't have anything other than pennies. They're just like lines like that, like instead of like being like more overtly funny, it's like his delivery for those lines was that made him funny.
You see, the thing is, like, I feel like to like converse what you were saying, I feel like Beast Boy being funny kind of like bit things in the ass, like when it came to Teen Titans Go, actually, because part of the reason why that show is so bad is because they don't understand how a character like Beast Boy is supposed to be written. Yeah. Like, even like from a comedy perspective, making the jokey comic relief character like the central force of everything is bad writing.
Yes. Objectively bad.
And it's bad. It goes both ways. Like, he's like the comic relief character, so he's like the one character of focus. Meanwhile, the straight man is portrayed as in the wrong. Yeah.
And also, like, so as a result, every character can be a funny character, too.
But it's like... Yeah, it's like... The thing is, like, with that, you write you're basically writing the instigator of trouble to be able to get away with everything scot-free, while the person who is definitely the person who is, like, in anything else would be portrayed as the one in the right, is just, like... has become the butt monkey on account of, like, being like that, Yeah.
I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. And, yeah, like, this ultimately leads into the situation where, the show is, like, written, Beast Boy causes trouble, everyone else decides to hive mind around it, and, Robin's the straight man, so we're gonna make him a whiny bitch because like that's what we portray the straight man character as.
Oh, he's swinging.
Okay, this guy, okay, you can't damage him. You can't damage him until he does a flying kick, in which case he'll drop his armor and then you can shoot him.
He must have really strong hip flexors because he holds his foot out quite a long time after his kick.
But anyway, that's my...
Maybe he has an exoskeleton.
That is my analysis on the actual, like, fundamental issues with that show.
And plus, also, there's just a lot of, like, mean humor in Teen Titans Go. Like, there's just a lot of, like, like, a lot of situations where, like, Beast Boy's the instigator, but he's, like, he goes about it in a way that just makes him an asshole. Like,
but,
not funny.
See, the thing is, that'd be okay if he got his comeuppance for it, which he doesn't.
Yeah, but he doesn't, so...
It's like...
Sorry, go ahead.
It's like writing, like, if you're writing a show where, like, the characters are assholes, you need to make sure that, like, the show acknowledges that, no, these are not good people and they should not be, like, treated as the hero or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like a good writer can do this unconsciously.
Yeah.
It's... how I write Smash World, actually.
It reminds me, a lot of, how in pro wrestling, a good heel is only, is only the foil to a good face. A good character, a good bad character is only, the foil to a good character. And, the best, types of heels are the ones who are, like, so insufferable that, like, you obviously want to see them get their comeuppance, and when it happens, it's great.
And, yeah, they're still treated as villains, too, right?
Yes. Until they do a face turn, but that's something on the side. But, like, a bad heel is often, we're talking, like, kind of the Stephanie McMahons, where, like, she can just be this like raging, screaming bitch, right? And
boss
just
room.
like hit wrestlers and stuff, and you know, she'll get her comeuppance once in a while. You know, she'll get like an accidental spear, get put through a table or whatever, but it doesn't happen enough to where it's satisfying for the audience, and it just feels like it's just lame. Oh, here he is, the Riddler.
Silence. That means something's happening.
Yeah, it's Ridley. It's Ridley. This Ridley
Gosh,
fight.
I just love the music in this game. I don't know why, but I'm just really enjoying
Yeah,
it.
so this theme, we've heard it a few times here, but this is this is Ridley's theme. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty much been associated with the character, even though it's just kind of a regular boss theme in this game.
Yeah.
And
What about
it's
that
a good tune. It's a good tune.
Mm-hmm.
I love, like, actually, I think my favorite version of it's the Brawl remix.
Yo, yeah.
I'm curious. I'll have to listen to it one of these
I should go crazy.
minutes, days.
Yeah. Anyway.
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you say it first.
Okay. I just think from like, I mean, and you know, I'm sure you can appreciate this from a musician standpoint. This song is so simple. It's not very long. It's like it's not that many measures long, because a lot of this is just, you know, like this, like the dun 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 dun. That's definitely on a vamp, and you can, you know, that's definitely like repeated however many times. But because it's so simple, when like Brawl or Smash 4 did remixes for it, you have like so much room to work with instrumentation and like pacing.
And exactly, and on the note of like the fight itself too, like this fight is designed to be just like clearly like high energy. Like Ridley's entire body, save for his tail, is a weak point, and he goes so hard. So it's almost like, unless you're like stupid good, it's basically a matter of who dies first.
Yeah, it encourages like aggression.
It encourages you to be aggressive while Ridley is also being extremely aggressive.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Metroid does atmosphere very well. 30 HP in a dream.
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, this
I
song
have
doesn't
reserve
feel
tanks.
like it gets.
Oh, that's right.
What were you saying, Karen?
The song doesn't feel like it gets old with its continuing repetitions, though.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's what makes a good video
You
game
can also
song.
damage him with power bombs, but it's not exactly effective. I'm out of missiles now, so we gotta rely on the charge shot, which actually does the most damage to him above all else, actually. So, yeah, reserve tank, as I said.
I like how really just giving you time to let it happen.
It's like, you know, like, do your Sailor Moon transformation, see what I said.
And I like how like he's so like defiant in death that he still goes for one more grab before he
Did
dies.
you rip him apart from the inside?
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
he just exploded, but he just wanted to let you know, hey, I'm gonna grab you.
It looked like you kind of jumped into his skin and then
baby
tore
Metroid's
him apart.
gone?
Oh, the baby Metroid's
That's
gone.
not... Oh, hey, an energy tank.
nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot our mission was to save the baby Metroid.
Yeah.
The baby. Let's go.
And it's like, oh no, the baby Metroid's gone, and then Kraid's like, the baby Metroid's gone.
You're missing the baby Metroid. You want the baby Metroid back? You gotta go find him.
Yeah. But anyway,
someone's flashing
I
news.
just wanted to say this last point. Like, it's basically like how I write Smash World is, you know who's the asshole, and the asshole is usually the one who gets hurt.
Yes.
I think the only time an asshole got off scot-free was the debut episode of The Manager.
On Smash the Oni, we are very, well, I say we, I don't write it, but very, very fair.
Yeah.